Hey everyone, I am Anand, and today I'm going to be introducing my hack, Yogatastic. We believe that if you discover yoga, you can actually get a chance to rediscover yourself. It's the new year, and yes, resolutions were made. And guess which one is the most common resolution, yet the most difficult to implement? It is getting fitter. The most common New Year's resolution of pretty much everyone is getting fit. I have made this, and maybe so have you. But why do we all believe in gymming, lifting weights, and running when we think of getting fit? They all have a very steep learning curve and require external environments like gyms, etc. Why do we always aim for physical fitness? How about getting physically fitter as well as mentally? That too in small and targeted sessions without the requirement of any equipment. And that's exactly what yoga will help you do. Yoga has become one of the fastest growing and talked about fitness regimes in the recent times, but most people are still shying away from it. Here are the reasons why, which lead us to the problem statement of this project. Number one, people don't know where to start such a regime. Second, they don't understand the benefits of the poses. Three, they think that they aren't physically ready or flexible enough. And the last one, that they believe the practice requires some continuous and prime supervision. Along with this, there is also a little reason, which is known as stereotypes. Stereotypes that you will somehow twist and tie yourself in a knot while doing some of these poses and break some of your bones. Trust me, you won't. You will just be fine. And to address this problem, we introduced Yogatastic. Next, we talk about what is Yogatastic. Yogatastic is a voice enabled web app to help you discover the world of yoga. It scrapes data from multiple websites and resources to bring you all yoga poses for every need you might have right on a plate. You can ask it to find you poses which focus on a particular body area or condition and even filter them by complexity. Maybe you are a beginner, maybe you are an intermediate, or do you want to really push yourself to some expert level poses? Yogatastic had it all. It also is a voice enabled web app, which means you can talk to it, interact with it freely and openly, just as if you're talking to a trainer. And this app will respond to you always and every time. Now let's see Yogatastic in action. The moment we enter the app, Yogatastic will fetch us five of some of the most common poses in the world of yoga. All these poses will be sorted based on their complexity, that is, from beginner all the way up to expert level. These poses will consist of an image, which are a schematic representation of how you can implement the pose, along with a description of what this pose can help you with, along with the name and the complexity level. Some sample commands for Yogatastic are also shown here. You can ask it specific for some syndromes, some body conditions, some body parts, and so on and so forth. When you have to give a command to Yogatastic, you can press the microphone icon right here to give the command. Show me poses for anxiety. Yogatastic will then fetch you five poses based on the condition you just described, all sorted from again beginner level all the way up to expert level. So you can gradually increase your complexity level to understand how to deal with the problem in a better and more systematic way. How it works. Yogatastic first scrapes data for different poses from various websites and resources available on the internet. The primary data we include is description, use, image, and complexity. We then send all this data to Wit.ai's natural language processor, which tags these poses to the body part or condition they help with. Whenever the user requests a pose, we filter through this data and fetch the top 5 relevant poses sorted in order of complexity. That is all the way from beginner to expert. Now, this is how the web app actually works using a flowchart. We first fetch the 5 random poses and display them. Then the user provides us a voice input for filtering these poses. We process and tag the speech input using Wit.ai basis of three conditions. One, helps with. It basically indicates what a particular criteria a pose helps with. It can be headache, the carpal tunnel syndrome, menstrual cramps, and so on and so forth. A specific body area the pose can help with, for example, the spine, knees, joints, and so on. The difficulty level of the pose, which is beginner, intermediate, and expert. Then all these filters are used to filter out poses from our main database, and it can lead to two conditions. Number one, there are no matching poses. In that case, we use the speech API on the front end to tell the user that no matching poses were found. If there are poses found, we sort these poses based on the difficulty level and display them on the front end. As a conclusion to this presentation, we now look at how Yogatastic has actually helped us achieve the goals we set out. Number one, people can search directly for the poses based on their needs, helping them see quicker and more dedicated results. This will help them stay motivated in the long run to discover yoga. Multiple poses of varying difficulty are provided, so people can choose the ones which actually suit them based on their physical levels. Every pose and its transformation is clearly explained, along with a diagram to help people quickly grasp the pose and understand it. The app is voice enabled, and this interaction makes it very easy to use and understand.